Trying to find some balance in my life. I never really put up a fight, and now I'm losing sleep. What if I lost touch? What if I'll never get it right? I try to follow my heart, but I lost it somehow. Wish that someone could say it'll all be okay. Just listen to me as I say. Listen to me as I slow it down. Dreams are yours if you want it. Enjoy the ride, 'cause those ups and those downs is what makes it worth it. Slow it down. Dreams are yours if you want it. Enjoy the ride, 'cause those ups and those downs is what makes it worth it. I never left a stone unturned, trying to find some love in this crazy world. I felt like I was never hurt. All I wanted was to be loved. All I wanted was to be loved. Tell yours if you want. You're the right, 'cause those ups and those downs is what makes it worth it. Slow it down. Tell yours if you want.
general. So I'm getting something here. Enjoying the show? Show your support for the live stream and the people making the show. Buy a super chat or super sticker on YouTube directly. Select your donation and type your message to the world. And share. All donations go into directly funding new shows. Buy a super sticker or super chat now. Thank you.
We are a group of ultimate players, coaches and video enthusiasts. We've worked with the major federations and the greatest events.
We're on a mission to make Ultimate huge. We want our videos and live streams to be free to watch.
We want to make stories that not only reach you,
but also reach people outside the Ultimate community.
Like and subscribe, ULTI.TV, the best in the world.
Become a member and
fund
our
work to cover more events in the future and to bring more stories and live coverage to the eyes of the Ultimate world and beyond.
We believe mixed is the best for the sport, for the world. That's why we're making a global showcase, starting in Europe, made in Amsterdam. ULTI.TV. ULTI.TV.net.
Welcome back to the European Ultimate Indoor Championships 2022 in Kaunas, Latvia. We have women's division second half action for you in the group stages. It's Latvia versus Denmark, the middle teams in this pool of 4. 8-strong division here at the European Championships, 4th versus 5th seed in front of us, and we are getting a hecking game. 9-6, the Latvians sitting up 2 breaks over the Danes. Having started out this game on defense, they're now starting the second half, looking to take this to double digits and a 4-point lead. A little bit of poaching off from Horvang. But lots of room. Slightly high pass, but well taken. Jinking back and forth, Samaita dishes it into the end zone, nice and simple. And the Latvian fans have arrived, of course. Pretty easy journey for that team. Lots of these players have had to fly across, but it's not too far at all for the Lithuanians. Just a hop over the border. Sorry, Latvians even, because we're in Lithuania right now. Very, very easy commute if you're a Lithuanian player, which we saw take a storming lead this morning. In this women's division, of course, bringing you open and women's action today. All 3 divisions tomorrow as we get a 3rd stream on the go, you lucky, lucky people. And a dialed-in pass is going to give the disc to the Latvians. Defensive smackdown, nice early attack on that slightly perhaps lower than ideal execution. Bartula, lovely hammer over the top. Oh, but only going with the one hand. That's not going to be good for Arafieva. This just drops out of her paws. Blady swing pass. But good turn of the body. An overshoot down this near side, though. Nissen's been pulling a decent amount of duty in this game for the Danes. Perhaps the old T word starting to factor. Just over 16 minutes left on the clock in these 42-minute games. Bit of team defense from the Danes. Communication downfield, trying to call the switches where they need to conserve energy and try and clamp down on this Latvian offense. Arafieva pops it, but Oloska falls down. Just catching her feet, perhaps, on these hard court pitches. Indoors are sometimes played on 4G, where you can catch yourself on the rubber crumb blades. But it's just shows how hard these players are trying to shift and move. The Danes looking to get their next point on the board. It's a hammer over the top, just shy of the goal. Could have lasered it straight into the centre of the end zone, but decides to be more conservative. You can see them sitting in that overhead grip, looking for that hammer. The goal is scored by, the goal is scored and is signalled by the Latvian opponents. Nice grab there for Signe Isaacson. You can see there the Danes just really just sitting. Lika Horvang with the flick grip, sort of, you know, disc at face height, doesn't look at really any other options, just wants that overhead, where the Danes seem to be having a bit of an advantage. Another bricked pull. We saw some fantastic pulling form earlier in this game. Some real, just ones perfectly sailing into that back line. And another bit of face marking from Turinder, really trying to stop Krabe. Oh, and that's a lovely little bit of flow backhand action on the near sideline for a hold for Team Latvia. They got a little bit risky biscuits with this lead pass for that first sort of charging one. This is what happens when you stop looking at the disc and just look at your player straight in the face indoors. That lovely lead. And then, yeah, you can just see that straight peeling off the back of the stack. Bish, bash, bosh. And perhaps the advantage of only bringing a roster of 10, the minimum number of players for Team Latvia. You just start to get in that flow and those connections. As we see another of those lovely floaty pulls getting into the perfect space. Oh, lovely turn from Horvath. Blading it across. Isaacson. Holsters. Oh, but just flying goes the arm of Lika Horvang. She doesn't fancy making the bid, which we are eternally grateful, because there was a lot of media gear right next to where she was on the pitch. Not a whole heap of room here, but full-size pitches. Vigniera coming under. Doesn't like the look. Arafiever. Oloska now popping. Oh, just straight out of the bread box. Sabina Bartule unable to keep her palms around it. In a very, very tight window indeed. But straight off the first pass, a Danish error and a short field given to Latvia. Bartula setting up. Just wants a reset. Has one right back. Oh, but it's going to be picked off. Nearly the Mac of Doom there. But it was just enough, but not too much. That sailed perhaps a half a metre more. That might have been a layout opportunity for the Latvians. But not a full layout. Not sure what that is all over the pitch right now. Oh, that's the brick mark. The tape from the brick mark was sort of taken up a little bit there by the bid of Lakomska. Orlovska puts a huge one, just about doesn't touch the wall, but it's not caught either way. There was a little discussion as to whether it clipped the wall behind us or not. Indeed, the players on the pitch are saying it did indeed clip the wall, so wouldn't have been a goal anyway. So, of course, the pillar in the venue just underneath our camera. Big old hammer over the top. Latvia collects it and denies the Danish score. This is turning into rather a long and grindy point. Latvia looks up line, trying to hit Orlovska, but she had no idea it was coming. So 10 minutes of regulation time remaining. This may yet be the first game we see in this women's division go to the full 42. Sneaking it around the mark. But sneaking in is the defender. Elina Wagner with the block. Reads the play very well. So yet another turnover and a change of possession. Bartula happy to just sit in that space completely free. Bouncing up that line, nice high backhand pop. Latvia. Nice snag from Bartula. Can see perhaps a little bit of frustration there. Oh, and that is a lovely flick around the edge. Latvia has a little look at it, but a bit too much juice. A very nice idea, but not quite the execution. And this is becoming quite the grind between these two teams. Long old point, of course, Latvia happy to do this because they're sitting pretty at a couple of points. Great reception, Horvang available. Easy dish in the end. Makes it a bit tricky. A slightly loose throw, but that's a fantastic recatch. A snag behind the back for Anna Nissen. When this went up, I initially thought it was to nobody. Didn't quite see Horvang behind our stand guard, stopping any players from whacking our scaffold, atop which sits our tireless camera operator, Steve, putting in the work. So the Danes punch another on the board, keeping the dream alive. They have 8 minutes to close this gap. It's going to be a shot into space. Trinderup underneath it, but cannot deny the goal. Perfect displacement straight into the paws of Milena Kalavanova. It's been a bit quiet in the midsection of this game, but early days was very useful for the Latvian side. So Latvia 12, Denmark 8 with 7 minutes left on the clock. The Danes are running out of time to stamp their mark. Horvang, oh, just not quite enough. Drinderup throws the flick into the space. That is a beautiful goal. After the missed opportunity for Latvia, they were in the space to make the block, but just puts a little bit of touch and flobbly wobbly on it. Didn't quite make the grab. Let's have another look at that and see if it was perhaps catchable. Oh no, just a little bit too high. Goal did what she could. But great focus just to make sure. For Helle Trinderup. So Latvia 12, Denmark 9. With 6 minutes left, it's not the biggest difference to surmount. Brick will be taken. Late stages in these indoor games, part of it is about clock management. Flood stack. It's very usual when you see players setting up in that vertical stack that it's going to be a set piece, and that is a lovely bit of offensive flow from Latvia. Starting to really see both teams use and abuse that flick blade around in the later stages of this game. You can see the way that vertical stack set piece off the pool works. You have the front two players flooding either side to deal with the poaching, and then straight through for the underneath. Just gets things flowing and moving. Cornius throws it low, but well kept by Jonge. Thinks about the scuba. Calls for the help. Oh, and it comes off good. That was thrown on 7.5. After such great grind from the Latvian defense, the Danes just chuck it in hope. But great grind towards that open side, just using the speed and attack. So still very much in the game. The Danes, they're going to have to get a block. Going to have to want it more than the Latvians, which at the moment would be a difficult feat because they are looking pretty hungry on offense. Local time just coming up to 20 to 11. So it's about brunch time. Just squeezing, trying to contain the Latvians to short ball. Gulbe to Grabe. See, she fakes that around flick, moving the mark around. Not that convincingly. Gulbe. Samaita. Oh, a lovely hammer over the top into this leading space. Great attack, great pressure from the Danish defense, but cannot quite deny. Galavanova opens up the arm for the next Latvian score. So 14-10 now, sitting pretty on that cushion that they ground out in the first half. Two teams that we're expected to be closely matched. There's been no disappointments here. Perhaps just a couple more Danish errors as they start to get their engine firing. A high one, well taken by Horvang, hammer over the top, but just enough. I think Orlovska must have got a little piece of that. Either way, denies Anna Nielsen. We may see this go to point cap if we get some racy scores from the Latvians, but I think it's going to be about clock management, just holding on and treasuring the disc. Don't have to try too hard, although that one's going to have to be spicy for Orlovska. Huge grab over Nielsen. Has the height, but that was a great read. Vigner. Oh, and Nielsen gets the block. Bit of revenge. Hard press from the force of Bartula. Trying to lead into the space for Young. But that one isn't going to work out. Fakes off Orlovska. Cheeky scuba. Arafieva with the casual grab. That little bit of speed turned on for Vigerd. Just flowing cuts like a beautiful tropical waterfall, she says, as the miscommunication comes. Veronica Miklusha coming a little unstuck there. Although there isn't going to be time for the Danes to make up the deficit. Oh, over the top. Very nice score. I take it back. Of course. This is not the brutal format that you get at some indoor tournaments. There is the possibility. If they could have put that 1 point on. Actually, no. Let's think about this. No, so we're within 3. Okay, right. So rules in this format, in this tournament. If the score is within 3, when time expires, you play +1 cap. If the scoreline difference is more than 3, then the game is done. It's finished. So, first game of this women's division is going to go into overtime. We are within 3 in the scoreline. So it's now +1, game to 15. So, the Danes have given themselves, by getting that score in, the opportunity to get themselves a glorious comeback, which would possibly take more than the allotted time and push the schedule back. But I mean, heck, it would be exciting. The Latvians, though, are on good form. A little bit of double cutting, though, gives the turnover a bit of spice. Isaacson walks over. Hella Trinderup is going to come in. You've got Isaacson attacks the line, squeaks it through. Horvang. There is the space available in the far side of the pitch. Trinderup. Cheeky hammer. Coming under Lakomska. Goes up line. Oh my goodness, that was just a beautiful fingertip grab, hitting that far side of the end zone. And that's number 1 for the Danes. They're going to need 3 more to clinch this. They're going to have to deny Latvia for 3 more points. But that was the start. Can they give us another? So we're getting a little bit of input on the other side of the pitch. You can't see it on your camera, but from coach Jonas Bernans, who said it was very difficult to make the selections for this team. The final selection for Team Latvia was made after the Riga Rudens tournament. It's a fantastic indoor tournament, if you've not been. Beautiful shot into the end zone. Can she redeem it? Yes, she can! After initially turning away, Laura Samaita makes the catch up. Oh my goodness, that one is gonna hurt, but finishes off the game and earns herself a bit of a break. There's a bit of clutching of the elbow, but my goodness, what a way to finish. Turns around, puts the nitrous oxide in the jets, and off she went with a layout score to finish us off. A nice, tasty way to finish off what has been a hotly contested game in these group stages. 5th versus 4th seed, on paper the closest matchup we were going to get in the group stage if it all, of course, goes to seed, and a lovely performance.
ULTI.TV.
Let yourself unfold. Breathe in some love. And let yourself unfold. You're so much deeper when you quit playing charades. Yeah. You act so cool, but underneath you seem fake. There's something sweet about your eyes when you feel safe. Yeah. To keep running away, owe it to yourself to dare. Just try to open up and show someone you care. It might not be intentional.